Johnny Depp, the broodingly handsome actor, is known equally for his wildly bizarre roles both on and off the silver screen. From Edward Scissorhands to Willy Wonka, from dating supermodels to wrecking hotel rooms, from rock star wannabe to movie megastar, there is more to this Hollywood bad boy than meets the eye. John Christopher Depp II was born June 9, 1963 in Owensboro, Kentucky. The new addition was the youngest of 3 children to John Sr., a civil engineer, and wife Betty Sue, an on-and-off waitress.
When Johnny was 6, the family moved to Miramar, Florida, living in motel rooms. Whenever Betty Sue felt restless, they moved on, and Johnny says that he always felt like a gypsy growing up.
Well, I think who I am today is exactly who I'm supposed to be. I think, I think as we all are products of our upbringing or our conditioning as children, yeah, I think everything makes sense, I grew up, not a great deal of money, in the family or anything like that.
In an attempt to focus her troubled son, Betty Sue bought Johnny a $25 guitar. When he dropped out of high school a few years later, he joined a rock band called The Kids. Johnny started early with romance. He fell passionately in love with a makeup artist, Laurie Ann Allison, who was 5 years older than him. The couple married, and she accompanied him and the band everywhere. They actually decided to travel west and try their luck in Hollywood, and she went with them.
I moved to Los Angeles when I was 20 years old with a band. This band that I was in, and finding that work was pretty difficult to get. We'd get a couple of opening act gigs and stuff, but you didn't make any money as a musician, so we started sort of getting these odd jobs like selling ink pens over the phone and weird stuff like that. So I was walking down the street with Nicolas Cage, who was a pal of mine at the time, and he suggested that I meet his agent. So he thought I should try acting, thought I should be an actor. And I was so broke at the time that I said, I'll try anything, man, I don't care. Where do I go? Met his agent. She sent me to read for Wes Craven, and I got cast in a movie.
Nightmare on Elm Street was a surprise hit in 1984, but it was too little too late to save Johnny's marriage. Under the stress of too many eviction notices, Johnny and Laurie went their separate ways.
The 22-year-old was out of work again. He decided to take part in a short student film co-starring up-and-coming actress Sherilyn Fenn. The couple steamed up the windows of her red Corvette in between takes. Once again, madly in love, Johnny and Sherilyn moved in together and quickly got engaged. Meanwhile, the movie roles were slowly coming in, and in 1996, he got a part in Oliver Stone's Platoon, and just like a real soldier would have done, he had Sherilyn's name written on the inside of his helmet.
It took 2 tries to convince Johnny to take the role of Officer Tom Hansen in 21 Jump Street. Unenthusiastic about the prospect of working on a TV series, the 23-year-old actor agreed to sign a 6-year contract only because he needed the money and didn't think it would last more than 1 season.
Ironically, thanks to Johnny's immense popularity, the show was renewed. Year after year, fan mail poured in from his millions of admirers. Johnny simply hated the idea of being pigeonholed as a teen idol TV cop, and he was knocked off his feet with the onslaught of fame.
When it first hit, it's so confusing, and everybody has a different reaction to it. Some people really start believing the hype and becoming this kind of ego animal, Other people, me, myself, I went sort of, it scared me, I just wanted to go away from it.
The stress of the long Vancouver shoots for 21 Jump Street and the long separation from fiancée Sherilyn Fenn wore on the couple. Eventually, the pair drifted apart and broke off the engagement.
Hot off the screen from her massive Dirty Dancing hit, petite blonde actress Jennifer Grey fell madly in love with Johnny. She was swept off her feet and took up where Sherilyn Fenn left off. And you guessed it, soon enough they were engaged. But Johnny was so unhappy with his role on the TV show that his depression spread to his personal life and quickly soured his relationship with Jennifer Grey. At that time, reports of Johnny's wild ways and hooliganism started to spread through the press. He was arrested by the Vancouver police for assault and mischief at a hotel for starting a fight with a hotel clerk. But a sympathetic Canadian judge granted the troublemaker with absolute discharge, completely clearing his record.
Meanwhile, back in Hollywood, indie director John Waters bought $30 worth of teen magazines to look for the right actor for his quirky film, Crybaby. Every one of the publications featured Johnny Depp. Waters knew he'd found his man. Thrilled to play something totally different from the teen idol cop on Jump Street, Johnny accepted the part in Crybaby with gratitude. It would be the first in a series of odd characters that would come to define Depp's body of work.
I've been real lucky, starting out pretty much the first sort of, I guess, larger role movie that I did was Crybaby, and I was real lucky that John Waters wanted to do it with me, to do that film.
By the time the film came out to strong reviews in 1990, Depp had finally negotiated his way out of his TV contract and was hotly pursuing movie roles. Coming up, our Hollywood bad boy falls in love again.
While attending a premiere for the film Great Balls of Fire, Johnny Depp went into the theatre lobby and locked eyes with 17-year-old actress Winona Ryder. It was love at first sight.